Welcome to our channel today as we bring you the 7 horror video games that will traumatize you. The genre has been around for a long time.
Voorhees has returned! He's killing my friends! We need him! Oh my god!
Many people recall Resident Evil on the first PlayStation, but games like Friday the 13th were available on the Nintendo Entertainment System almost a decade before that. The horror genre has exploded as gaming has become more popular and technology has become more advanced.
Even when you think you understand what's happening here, you're only gonna be halfway down the rabbit hole.
With Silent Hill establishing a world where survival horror was the name of the video game, players are now offered nothing in the way of plot or skills in the hopes of making it through some of the scariest video games available. With games like Amnesia Rebirth earning critical acclaim just weeks after the release, it's safe to say that the horror video game genre isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So we've compiled a list of the 7 horror video games that will terrify you if you have a Steam account or some PlayStation gift cards to burn through. Just remember to keep a light turned on. So before we continue, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to get more luxurious videos delivered right to you. Let's get started. Number 7 is Amnesia Rebirth. With Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Frictional released a horror classic in 2018 with players attempting to maintain their sanity
You are not thinking clearly. It can't end this way.
in a dark and frightening castle with monsters hiding around every corner. The sequel comes out 2 years later, and as a first-person survival game set inside caves and tombs, it's ideal for some candlelit Halloween spooky fun. This is a tense game. There are plenty of jump scares, but it is the walking through the underground with nothing but a candle that will get you. It's a welcome addition to the Amnesia franchise. And it has the potential to be one of the most terrifying games released in 2020.
It's coming! It's coming!
It's not a bloodbath, but it earns its reputation as a terrifying experience, particularly when the character you play, Tazi, is unable to battle the monsters after her and may suffer a panic attack as a result. This is genuine fear. Number 6 is Emily Wants to Play. So this is a must-see for jump scare fans. You play as a pizza delivery guy who gets stuck inside a house with a little girl named Emily and her friends, Kiki, Mr. Tatters, and Chester, who all want to play some of the games you learned as a child, such as Peekaboo, Hide and Seek, and Red Light, Green Light. Only if you get caught, you're dead in Emily Wants to Play. To beat the game, you must survive the night. Similar to other survival horror games, this game offers you from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. to make it outside. So what's the issue? Well, you must A, find out how to communicate with each character, while B, determining why you're there, all while C, ensuring your survival. The animations and scares are fast and terrifying. You hear a sadistic laugh and then some creepy little person appears right in front of your eyes. And this is what they voluntarily put out of virtual reality. Thank you, just no thanks. Number 5 is The Evil Within. Shinji Mikami, the director of the first Resident Evil film, directed this disc nightmare. This action-packed horror game lives up to its name by transporting you to one of the most bizarre realities you've ever seen in a game.
Details of who or what is terrorizing Crimson City.
Where a mass murder scene transforms you into fleeing from chainsaw-wielding enemies, traps, and a slew of deranged demons. It's a stunning game that takes full advantage of the twisted truth that runs across the game's chapters.
Proximity explosives and noxious gas are a few of the lethal hazards that threaten Sebastian. But paying attention,
You feel as if you've been thrown into the depths of hell and are struggling tooth and nail to get out. The story may not have satisfied everyone,
Not having them at your disposal can turn what should have been a quick kill into a run for your life.
But this game has so much to offer that you're going to want to play it again and again, particularly when you want your soul drained out of your TV screen. Number 4, Five Nights at Freddy's. So if you've ever visited Chuck E. Cheese and been terrified by the animatronic characters, this is the survival horror game for you. You've probably heard of Five Nights at Freddy's, even though you haven't played it. It's incredible that the series has grown so quickly. In the past 6 years, 13 games have been published or confirmed for franchise, along with merch, books, and film adaptations. That makes sense when you consider how quickly this game, in which players are hired as night watchmen at a pizza parlor, mainly to ensure that the animatronic characters who have previously had incidents with children aren't terrorizing more. That means you'll be terrorized all night in a room with little electricity, a slew of cameras, and nothing but your wits and mouse clicks to keep you company. The sounds of these robots clomping down stairwells to kill you are bad enough, but the sound of them pounding on the door you shut before they arrived is much worse. Being a sitting duck in a dark, helpless space waiting to be devoured by Bonnie or Chica? That's almost as bad as the later levels' frustrations. This game will irritate you, but the joy of completing another night? It's priceless. Number 3, Friday the 13th, the game. So Friday the 13th is a lucky day. The game is a fascinating new update. It got mainly negative feedback from critics. Owing to a lack of diverse maps and bugs, but it's hard to deny how much fun you'll have either running away from whoever's playing as Jason Voorhees.
Voorhees has returned! He's killing my friends! We need him! Oh my god!
Or trying to outwit and avoid the masked monster with a team. Fans of the original film and all of its horror cliches will enjoy this game even more. It contains many references to the film, as well as cool callbacks to stuff like Jason's throwback Charlotte Hornets-esque colorway from the 1989 NES game. It's all about the team you're with, though. If you're with diehards who know the game inside and out, avoiding Jason can be a lot of fun, and maybe even escaping. As Jason, you have a slew of abilities that will render you an invincible force, as well as a plethora of ways to kill someone at Crystal Lake. Number 2 is Outlast. No way, no how. This game is scary in every way. You play as Miles Upshur, a journalist who is investigating a situation at a mental hospital.
Even when you think you understand what's happening here, you're only gonna be halfway down the rabbit hole.
As he delves deeper into the facility's madness, he encounters a variety of horrors, the majority of which come in the form of grotesque fellows attempting to seize him and compel him to participate in their twisted rituals. One of the most important aspects of the game is capturing video of the insanity, which requires you to spend a lot of time keeping a camcorder to your eye. But if the camera's night vision detects one of these homicidal patients spotting you and pursuing you,
Whatever they're trying to do is sell you the dream, but you can't make a deal if you've got nothing to bargain with.
you may audibly scream and turn the game off. Being pursued by one of these beasts, though, through a corridor full of tables and other debris is terrifying enough to keep your heart pounding long after you've completed the game, the DLC, and the even more maniacal Outlast 2. And number 1 is Resident Evil 2. This game is downright heinous. All of the wet gore equals you losing your lunch while hiding in a closet in this remake of the 1998 Resident Evil 2.
One of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
To be honest, if you puke at the intros, burning monsters, and all the gore, it's by design. We tried to imitate the innate degree of fear that people have for sickness and disease Resident Evil 2 director Kodoe told Complex when the game first came out. They have a natural intuition that damp or wet areas contain more pathogens than dry areas, says the researcher. It's moist. but it's the moist entrails and dripping blood from zombies that come out of nowhere in dark corridors or burst out of walls. This game nails it when it comes to scaring the crap out of you. Keep a lamp on if possible. So that's it for the 7 horror video games that will traumatize you. If you liked our video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Your team from Luxury Lists.